back to Beef Tongue Podcast. Um, I am your host, Walker, with my other host, Gola. Right now, Jack is out getting a sex change, so we'll see him in the next podcast.
So he'll be Jacqueline when he comes back.
He wants to be, or she wants to be unique, so she wants to be Jackina.
The extra.
But obviously, that's a made-up fact. And speaking of made-up facts, the Brontosaurus is actually not a real dinosaur.
Can you clarify?
So basically, the body structure of the Brontosaurus was incomplete, and they stuck. I think one of the paleontologists that faked it stuck an incorrect skull on the Brontosaurus. So it actually is a dinosaur that does not exist to begin with.
So those long-necked dinosaurs, they're not called Brontosaurus.
Yeah, fuck long Land Before Time. All right, they were just walking penises.
Dang, I loved Land Before Time. Anyway,
Childhood ruined, man.
So what do you think the ancient Greece used to use for sunscreen?
Togas.
That would make sense, but it was actually olive oil. I'm like, God, nah. I'm not.
I heard of that being like a universal thing. Like they use olive oil for everything, and it was sort of like a cure-all for a lot of different things. So I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised, but it just feels, it feels disgusting.
I don't know. It feels like it wouldn't be very hygienic. But speaking of hygiene,
I knew you would do that. I knew you would pull that one up.
Speaking of hygiene, today's topic is when to groom yourself.
When you're
and
30, you should be grooming yourself as frequent as possible. But since it's COVID,
never before that. Just until you hit 30, then you start grooming.
Oh yeah, because everything stinks and everything grows out from nowhere, and you gotta take care of all that stuff. Like,
you ever heard of a thing called dad mouth?
What is that?
I have no idea. I learned it from Family Guy, and it's just apparently it's when you reach a certain point where your mouth just fucking reeks. So
yes,
no matter what you do.
Yes, there's a few grown adults I know that have just bad mouth. Anyways, and just people just tolerate it.
But then again, there are those people, and I've known a few of them. There are those people who have halitosis. They just typically can't help that. So we're not exactly making fun of them. We're making fun of the people who are capable of
but don't do it.
Mouths. Yeah, they just choose not to do it. And you can only play the victim for so long. When you should have just picked up a toothbrush, man. Sorry.
I think it was toothbrush, face, just all overall body hair, and what else? Your feet, your butt crow, your butt crow, your butthole,
your butt crow. I don't know what the fucking butt crow is.
Your butthole, your ball sack.
I thought it was just getting too old to learn new things again. When I learned of the song WAP.
Learn what?
Okay, what is this now? Cardi B song. WAP.
Oh.
WAP. Yeah, and I was just like, what? And it was just I like to me it just sounds like people are just making up sounds at this point, and it was just until like I had to actually like look into it. I'm like, oh, okay.
That's what it means.
Mm-hmm. Like, and y'all just getting lazy.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, at a certain point, we should just. I mean, for me, since I live alone and COVID's happening, I don't do it as often as I should.
so there are mushroom tips on his mushroom tip.
So yeah, so I mean, I would do it. I'll do it when I go out. You know, I'll do it when I go out, which makes sense, right?
Mm.
Which makes sense. You don't want people to be.
I think you should shower every day. That's that's just a general policy of mine. But I mean, I think for when you get older, your BO kicks in a lot quicker. Just because I don't know, and it definitely has to do with age. Your body's like decomposing more, so I mean, just
Your,
all that stank
your
is
body,
coming
yeah,
out
your
your
body's making gases
hmm
out of your
and
asses and stuff like that. So yeah.
yeah, you're just generally more gross, but you're accepting of it at least. You're a bit more accepting of it. You know, you hit a certain point where you know you don't have to care anymore, but you're still fucking beautiful. So, um, yeah. So I was more guilty about a lot of this when I was a kid, for sure. When I would go a couple days without brushing my teeth, but it was just like I stayed home all the time, so I didn't give a fuck. Um, but the fortunate thing for me is that when I got older, I wised up to it though. I was just
Oh shit! I'm getting okay. All right. That's why
no, well,
everyone's
it
avoiding.
wasn't like that.
That's when
No,
everybody was
well,
avoiding me. When you shower, they
no, it wasn't
start
like
calling.
that. It wasn't like that. It was more like like when you can smell your own breath, you're like, all right, fuck it, I gotta do this. Even I can't stand me right now.
Yeah, I think I remember the first time where I when I needed deodorant, right?
Mm,
So I remember the first time I needed deodorant, my mom said, "You need deodorant." I was like, "What? Do I smell?" Like, I think that's fine. And she's like, "No, that smells." So she gave me one of her deodorants.
you got too used to your smell.
She gave me one of her deodorants, and like it's like why do I need this for? And like yeah, nobody was explaining why, because you know once you get older, you know you hit puberty and stuff that, and your body starts to smell, right? It starts to get
Mm.
strong, and like nobody told me that. And then the only deodorant I had was my mom, so I was using women's deodorant for the longest time. It's one of those.
Secrets.
It was yeah, basically yeah. It was a secret. It was one of those roll-on ones too. It was one of the roll-on
Okay.
ones too, so had to use that, and it was like, oh my god. It wasn't until I
I
got
mean,
older until I got my own stuff, and like, but even then I was
yeah, but
using Axe body spray and all the stuff. So
I mean, I feel like body spray is pretty unisex, even if it smells a little bit girly. But um, honestly, I mean, if you smell, I would, um, I would rather like just take what I can get, you know. But if you so there's certain people who don't shower, and they think Apple replacement for a shower is just spraying themselves with deodorant. Um, you know, it's just like it doesn't help. Like I have to tell you, it does not help. All you do is smell like tropical fart, and that's pretty much it.
how long after you shower do you apply your deodorant?
Oh, like as soon as I'm dry. As soon as I'm dry, I'm just like, yeah, put it on. Um, just because it's like you know, even though you smell like soap originally, like I said, when you get older, your natural body smell is gonna kick through anyways. So like putting on another coat on top of that just really helps. And depending on how out of shape you are, you might sweat naturally without even doing much effort.
I had somebody put on deodorant, driving, doing a carpool, and they put deodorant in the car. I was like, you don't do it after you shower? It's like sometimes you need it, put it to use it maybe twice a day. And I was like, what? You don't do it before shower? But people use it during. I've never seen that before. Um, I've never
That seems
seen
counterintuitive.
I've never seen anybody do it before. So you put it in the morning when you after you shower, and then you put it later on just to cover up. I'm like, shouldn't it be 24-hour coverage?
Uh, so apparently that's the person that made Speed Stick slow down. But yeah, I mean, hey, good on you for being committed in that sense. You know, I don't know. I kind of get it too, because then some people like they stew in their own filth too much at home, so then like they don't realize it, but when you walk into their room, their room smells like them, like their natural body odor. So sometimes it does help to put stuff like that on later on. You know, it's kind of like when you walk into someone else's house and then like it just has like this certain like smell to it, because it's just like that's just what the family revolves around, and the walls have like absorbed all those flavors. Yeah, but what is what is your policy on shaving?
I do it. I mean, do it when you can. I don't. I'm not. I mean, at least get your nose hairs.
Huh?
At least get your nose hairs.
Oh,
At
they
least get
said
your nose
nose
hair.
pierce.
At least get your nose. Uh, at least get the nose hairs.
That that's a that's a good one. Um, I don't. So my nose hairs actually do not protrude from my nose as often as I seen other people. There was a few times when I was on a date with someone, and it the nose hairs did not come out until they smiled, and that kind of threw me off. That really threw me off. I was like, whoa, like, and they had and they had fair white skin too, so it was just like kind of weird to see like dark colored nose hairs just pop out of nowhere. But it wasn't it wasn't like a deal breaker necessarily. It was just like at some point we had to address it.
We have to address it, or like, oh, did you say something? Did you finally say something?
Oh
Hey,
yeah,
your nose hair is
like
sticking out.
no, well it wasn't like that, but it was just like when you get to that level of comfort, and it's just like, well, I can see your nose hairs. Yeah, it's not a first date conversation. I'm sorry, Cole.
Yes, it
It's
is.
like so, what you do? Oh God.
I know you didn't pluck your nose hairs. That's what I know. What you,
You can afford a shaver, all right?
anyways, but yeah, so like, definitely have it. I mean, I definitely have my grooming kits, grooming tools, and stuff like that. So
Mm.
I don't know. I have my packet of shaves, shaving cream, and then my buzz cutter for my head.
Mm.
So
Um, yeah. I think it's super funny when people who shave their heads are not thorough about shaving their heads. So there's always like little crop circles or patches like left over, and it's just like, I, I know like you have to be a little bit more detailed about it, but if it's shaving your head, there's only one instruction there. What about so would you go do mani pedis?
no, I wouldn't do it. No, I
Really?
couldn't. I couldn't. I don't like people touching my feet, and I can do that myself.
Um,
I could do that
so
myself.
hmm, I don't know, because sometimes like I see some gross things under my fingernails because I do manual labor sometimes, like on the weekends. So like I'm like digging around in dirt and stuff, and you know, you get all that funk in there, and like sometimes a pedicure, like or a manicure, actually does help. Um, it's a I actually have done it a couple times. It's not bad. The only thing is it's just you really need to have the time for that kind of stuff, you know. But I wouldn't mind doing that stuff with my wife. We wear face masks together too, like to like sit there and play games. So I don't know. Like I'm just at that age where it's just like kind of don't even give a shit anymore. But what about so then would you like okay, so then if you're taking care of your stuff yourself, like how long do you let your nails and shit grow before you actually think about cutting them?
Oh, I don't. Maybe I trim them daily, so it's not like
Oh, okay.
I trim them daily, so it's not like
I
I let them
leave
grow
one
up.
long one so I can scratch my balls.
No,
You ever
the
see that stuff? You ever see that stuff when someone just leaves one long nail
it,
and it's just like
it
the weirdest fucking thing?
I don't like it at all. I know what they do with it, so it's like forget it. I don't want to see anything other than nails. That's like yeah, but for me, like I trim my nails every day. It's just out of
I
habit.
mean, I mean, like I just don't like seeing the nail go travel from the back of your pants to the inside of your nose. It's,
You never know what you're gonna touch, and then it's like on your fingernails.
and then they use that to open a can of soda right after.
And mixing the drinks. I'm like, hold on, man. You can't be mixing your drink with your one pinky. You're like, F that. What kind of bartender is this? He smokes a cigarette with his nail.
Yeah. Yeah. It's super weird, and yeah, and you can always tell like that nail has traveled to some unknown territory by how yellow it is naturally. Like even when the hand is clean, the nail's still yellow. And it's just like, oh, this motherfucker. Like you can't get the stains out. You can't get the shame out of that nail. But um, yeah. So you mentioned washing your feet, and
um, washing. I think washing your. I mean, in general, I think you know, hit the shower when you can, or when you're interacting with people. I think it's fair enough to like
mhm.
shower and stuff, right?
You ever see that chart of the areas people wash the most?
Yeah, it's their ball sack
And
and armpit.
yeah, and that's it. It's just like they're missing some important pieces like your fucking feet. Like
Oh, that's very hard to
that
do.
is
Do you have do you have like a feet scrubber in your shower?
hmm, for which one? The one that's for like your dry skin?
Not the pumice stone, but like it's just like in general. You stick it on the floor of a shower, and then you just put you put soap on, then you put your feet through it, and then you do like a washing thing. You scrub your feet on that.
No, I wash my feet like with my hands.
Right.
So yeah,
Alright.
because I mean like that's come on, dude. That's like no matter what, that's some serious funk, and people don't realize it, but like sweat does come out from the bottom of your feet too, like all the toxins and shit, and then your feet start discoloring, like after a while, because that's all your like shit stuck under there. So um, and like Cola said in a previous podcast, that it's not the sweat that smells, it's the bacteria around it. So it's all that on your feet. That's how you get foot fungus and shit.
So, just walk around barefoot. That would solve everything. That would solve everything.
They well,
Or at
supposedly
least
when
use some at least some like some powders in your shoes or something like that to absorb it a little bit. That might help.
charcoal.
Something.
Um, So, uh, there was an old study of how we were as a species before when we did walk around bare feet, and apparently our feet were much healthier when we were barefoot compared to when we started wearing shoes. Boom.
Boom. Fun fact. Next fun fact. We were also healthier um, when we walked everywhere. I don't know.
When we actually walked, and when we actually learned to take the bus. Now the only way we stay healthy is, getting mugged and running from the law, and that's it.
Anyways, do you have any products that you want to share with us? Like hair gels, deodorants,
Uh,
lip
you
balm.
know,
I'm big on lip balm. I just
mm,
lotions.
mm, uh, so I feel like there's stages to this.
What do you mean stages?
Like for for hair care, I feel like there's stages. Like the long when your hair is like super long ass length, that's when you start using hairspray. You know, when it becomes so long that you can't, it literally just, falls over on itself. But if it's a shorter length, then if it's like a short length, like an inch or two, then you do something like mousse, and a little bit longer than that, you do gel. So, I mean, there to me, there's those are the stages for a guy, because, if your hair is a certain length, you don't really need hair gel to apply to long hair. That makes no sense unless you're trying to look like some evil villain or something. But right now, I'm sort of at the hairspray level, so it just makes a lot more sense to me. Uh, right now, Garnier Fructis is the one that I'm using because it's the first one available, and Secret.
Secret deodorants. You
Um,
know, Secret's finally released a deodorant just for men, right?
I've tried a couple
I like
actually.
Secrets. It's nice on your skin, and it doesn't. It's not as harsh
It makes
as
your it
it's not
makes
as harsh as man deodorant. That shit will make you itch for days. I avoid. I
well,
avoid. I like.
I feel like that's a personal thing.
I, w- I, pref- I don't like the gel ones. Oh, I hate the gel ones.
Mm.
I go with the white. Like, I think that's the best because the gel one, it just makes everything greasy under
Stick.
there, and it
Yeah.
stains the shirt.
No, I know. Yeah, I know how you feel, and it does stain the shirt, and then it just doesn't make it feel pleasant, like after you apply it. Um, just because it makes it feel like it's sort of like a mess down there,
Hmm.
and sometimes it actually makes me perspire more, just when I apply it. But yeah, I'm definitely a stick guy, but so far nothing's really beat body spray for me.
Oh, you did the body spray.
It's mhm. uh, do you use cologne?
I don't use cologne.
That might fix a lot of problems,
Shut up.
Cole.
I don't use cologne.
um, well, I mean, I only use cologne for, I guess, special occasions or hangouts, but I also try to apply a modest amount, just drench, my balls and my butthole, and just make sure that those smell the best. Um, there are some people that apply
Oh,
body spray, to their genitals.
that's
Like no
not.
joke.
That's not. Yeah. I don't know how safe that is, but if you do it for too long, you'll freeze it off. It just comes right off.
Uh, um, let's not test the validity of that, but your balls will smell fresh during, during the BJ at least. So, um, but oh, what about manscaping? That's apparently more of a thing now, and
No.
I haven't done it, but I'm genuinely curious.
I
I
think
have shaved before.
I think that's a generational thing. I think when you're older you don't do it, but the younger people they want a nicely smooth balls. But like I think younger people are doing manscaping. But the thing is
Have,
like
have
nobody really gives a shit, and it like it. I say don't do it because it's gonna give you a lot of like itching and stuff down there, and it's not gonna be comfortable for the whole day. You know,
That's why you put aftershave.
not even that. But
um,
I'm not a big fan of
have you done
manscaping.
it? Have you done it before?
No,
Really?
no. That's my
I've done it. I've
that's
done it.
that's my that's why I always shave comb my comb my genitals, my pubes.
I've done it with a regular razor,
Mhm.
and I somehow did not nick my sack. So I'm grateful for that. Um, but it's just like I had to be so fucking careful. I had to grab my fucking sack and like stretch it out just to make sure I don't catch a wrinkle. But
You're better off like pulling everything or yanking them.
yeah. But I tried it once. It was a weird sensation. Definitely a lot colder. But you know, it wasn't too bad. I just decided to go like full on bald, and it was definitely a weird feeling. Uh, but it wasn't too bad until like they all started growing back. Then it made it uncomfortable for both me and my partner. But you know, I mean, it was just at least something to try once. Like for one thing, I'm very much like you should at least experience every part of that, like every stage of your body one time. Where it's like experience being bald, experience having short hair, experience having long hair, and then just kind of figure out which one sort of fits for you from there. So, but all in all, I mean, how do you feel about washing your hair?
Oh, I say do it. I say do it. When I had hair, I used to do it every day. But then I learned that you're not. But then you're not supposed to do it every day. You're supposed to do it maybe once. I want to say, well, wash your hair with soap. I think you do it once a week. But it's nice to have like your oils in your hair and stuff like that. That helps out. Uh,
Mm. I heard back in the day, there was Asian people that um, used to rinse their hair in rice water just to keep their um, natural shine to it. So I mean, I feel like that's one of those generic cure all family medicine type of deals.
it's like mayonnaise
But
too.
it's mayonnaise,
It's like mayonnaise
mayonnaise
too.
and rice
I
water.
don't know.
Would you do that?
Huh? No.
Would you do the mayonnaise
No,
treatment?
I don't even like mayonnaise, dude. If I'm not gonna eat it, I'm not gonna put it on my body. You know what I'm saying?
Um, so have you ever had long hair?
Yes.
You have.
Yes.
Uh, what kind of like was it wavy? Was it
It's wavy.
straight? Oh, okay. So you look like so then you would have looked like an old porn star.
Yes.
Okay.
With a bald spot right in the middle, and just
Um, I didn't know, that people can tattoo hair on their head?
Oh yeah, yeah. A lot of people with like bald head, they'll tattoo bald. They're like spots on their head just to fill it in a little bit more.
Yeah, I have family that's like that. I was like, oh my god, I did not know.
They have bald
It's
heads
so.
and then they have the dots in it. Did
Mm,
somebody tell you that, or did they tell you that?
I found I had to find out, and I had not paid attention to it before until someone pointed it out to me or someone told me, and I was like, oh shit, now I can't stop looking at it. But I mean, it, it really sucks male pattern baldness where it like because it always sucks more depending on where it starts, and the I feel like the worst place it could start is from the very top of your head and come
Where you
down.
can't see it. It's like we're back.
Yeah,
That
so
sucks.
then
It's like I'm not going bald, and you're like, ah, fuck.
so you gotta walk around wearing like a yarmulke or something.
And change your religion as well. Just all right.
just to get that hat.
Just
All
to
right,
get-
man. Well, so we just wanted to you know talk about hygiene, cleanse ourselves.
Of course, we're
of
staying
these
home.
thoughts.
Like once you go out, please
Yeah.
wash your balls.
So shower more than cola, more than once a week, please. And,
You don't have to. You don't have to deal with
yeah.
people. You don't have to. All right. All right, Walker.
Yeah.
I'm out.